short of Matthew McConaughey, I don't think there's ever been a career with such a dramatic change in roles as Tom Hanks, who for just 15 years was like made stupid movies and then said, I'm going to win Academy Awards tomorrow.
Well, he started with, like, what is that movie? Like Toy, or where he plays a little boy.
Big.
In a man's body.
It's Big.
Big. He did, like, the Mermaid movie or whatever that was called.
Splash. Yep.
He did those, and I guess Turner Hooch and all that stuff.
Yeah, Bachelor Party. He did a shitload of really crappy 80s comedies. And then it was just like, he just literally was like, now I'm going to make Saving Private Ryan and just win Academy Awards the rest of my career.
What was his like his turning role where he was a goofy comedian and then all of a sudden, wow, this guy can act?
I'm thinking AIDS movie. I'm thinking when he did Philadelphia. He did AIDS movie.
Oh, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I forgot.
You've got to, that's the only way to really do it, though, is you've got to, because guess what? That's how you go from comedy actor to serious dramatic Academy Award winner, because guess what Matthew McConaughey did to change that role?
40 First Dates.
AIDS movie. He also did AIDS movie. He did the Dallas Buyers Club that was an AIDS movie.
He was a serious actor before that, though.
No, it was Ghost of Girlfriends Past, AIDS movie. Now I'm going to win Academy Awards. That was like Matthew. As a matter of fact, you should look up AIDS movies. This would be perfect. You should just look up AIDS movies and let's see the people who are in them. And I bet it's just literally people who go from silly comedies to serious winning Academy Awards. Like if you did all the AIDS movies. Because my theory has been tested twice and proven right twice now.
All right.
And I didn't even realize it until we started doing this podcast. This is my new theory.
I don't know how to spell McConaughey.
Well, don't spell McConaughey. Just type in AIDS movies. That's what we should
I've done that. I've done that. So we've got Dallas Buyers Club 2013.
Yep.
Philadelphia 93.
Yep.
And The Band Played On 93.
Who was in that one? Probably somebody like Patrick Stewart or like Ian McKellen or somebody like that changed their career before Ian McKellen was just doing shitty 80s comedies.
Matthew Modine and Richard Gere. Okay. Ian McKellen and Phil Collins.
What other AIDS movies do we have?
So Longtime Companion 89. The Normal Heart that's 2014. I thought these were in order. Early Frost, Parting Glances.
Who's in Parting Glances? That sounds like a movie I've heard of.
That's 1986. Steve Buscemi, John Bolger, Kathy Kinney, the woman from the Drew Carey Show.
Holy crap. She did AIDS movie. I wonder if Steve Buscemi had only done comedies prior to that.
Yeah, it definitely looks... He's the star. The whole movie is about him.
That's Steve Buscemi said, I got to get serious about my career. I'm going to do an AIDS movie. It sounds like there's a lot of AIDS movies that weren't huge, though. Like, are there any other big-name AIDS movies that you see?
Let's see. Jeffrey 95.
Ooh, I've heard of that one. Who's in that one? Who's in that one?
Jeffrey has Steven Weber, Michael T. Weiss, Patrick Stewart, Sigourney Weaver, and Brian Batt as the top build.
Somebody, guess who tried? That's Steven Weber. You know who Steven Weber was prior? This is right in line.
Yeah, he was the Wings guy.
Exactly. Steven Weber tried a Tom Hanks. He said, "Hey man, I'm the Wings guy. I need to get an Academy Award here. I'm going to do AIDS movie." Except it must not have been that good of an AIDS movie. It didn't work for Steven Weber.
Yeah. So originally the top build was shown as Patrick Stewart, Sigourney Weaver, and this Brian Batt guy. Past them, though, we have Nathan Lane and Jeffrey Ross.
The Roastmaster, Jeff Ross?
Yep.
Jeff Ross, the Roastmaster, tried to get an AIDS movie going for himself?
Well, he was movie theater guy number 2. But he was in the movie.
Well, I think I think there's a second part to it, though. You've got to have AIDS and be in the movie. Jeff Ross missed the point. You can't just be in an AIDS movie. You've got to be the dude with AIDS in an AIDS movie to make the turn. Any other big ones? I'm loving this.
Yeah, ones that you recognize.
Yeah.
You'll probably Kids, 95.
I've heard of Kids, but I think that was like an indie with no stars, right? Nobody we've ever heard of.
Yeah, Chloe Savigny, Leo Fitzpatrick, Justin Pierce, Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, nope, but it's still kind of an indie movie. So.
We have Rent, the new version of Rent, the 2005 version.
Yeah, that didn't have any comedy stars in it. That was just a straight AIDS movie.
Which,
keeping it real. Actually,
it also had Rosario Dawson in it.
Wait, check this out. Oh, it has Rosario Dawson?
Yeah, so she's been in 2 AIDS movies.
She loves AIDS movies. She's really trying to get that Academy Award. No, check this out. I just realized something about Rent, though. I'm pretty sure the guy who directed Rent was like the director of like Home Alone movies prior to Rent. So I think he was trying to do an AIDS movie thing for his director career. I think his name's Chris Columbus. Look at that dude's previous movies.
Yep, Chris Columbus. You are correct about that. Home Alone, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, he just did a bunch of silly movies, and he was like, dude, I want people to take me seriously. I'm going to follow the lead of Tom Hanks, do an AIDS movie.
Wow. This guy made every movie that you grew up to. Home Alone, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Mrs. Doubtfire, Home Alone 2, Gremlins, The Goonies, Bicentennial Man.
Yep.
Let's see. I Love You, Beth Cooper. Adventures in Babysitting, Night at the Museum.
He killed it. The dude was killing it, man.
This guy makes every movie.
He should have, but then why did he do the AIDS movie? He was trying
Jingle
to get
all the
serious.
Way.
He did Jingle All the Way.
Yep. Christmas with the Cranks.
All right, so one final rule. This is going to be the podcast of 3 rules. Rule number 1, the president shouldn't do Kimmel. Rule number 2, the president should never do cocaine. Rule number 3, if you've directed Jingle All the Way, you should never do an AIDS movie. That's it.
Well, maybe.
Anyway, well, there you go. There's our... Real quick, are there any, before we wrap it up, any AIDS movies we missed that are popular?
Oh, yeah, there's piles. There's piles and piles of AIDS movies.
Everyone has AIDS! AIDS.
Yeah. Let's see. Real fast. Nothing crazy that's jumping out.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So Tom Hanks and Matthew McConaughey did AIDS movies, saved their career. It didn't work for Chris Columbus and Steven Weber. So it's not always.
I'm pretty sure he had a very successful career. I wouldn't call him needing the change.
You wouldn't put Chris Columbus in the same category as Wings guy?
No.
Oh well. Anyway, there you go.
Yep.
There's some fun for you guys.